Hi to everyone. Let us discuss about the most important chapter in our accountancy, part B of commerce. The chapter name is journal entries. Once again, I am repeating the concept journal entry. Why I am repeating the concept? Because of some of the students are pronounce it as journal entry, journal entry. Not we don't want to call like that way. We have to call it as a journal entry. Journal is nothing but it is a particular purpose to identify the mistakes and to evaluate the particular rule in the process. That is the meaning of journal. Let us go to discuss about the most important concept in our accountancy, that is journal entries. Journal entry or journal entries. Journal entry is nothing but it is a one part of transaction. Journal entries is nothing but it consists of lot of transaction on a particular date along with particular month. So that's the reason we have to call the journal entries. Journal entries is nothing but it depends on number of transaction on a particular month or year or any periodical months. So based on that we have to convert the transactions into journal entry. So whenever we are going to convert the financial transactions into journal entry procedure, definitely we have to identify the three rules of accounts. These three rules are golden rules to accounting process. Before identifying the rules of accounts in our accounting process, nobody cannot do any accounting step in our financial subject. Financial subject is nothing but commerce, any other accounting subjects. Not only these rules are helpful to intermediate stage, it is also mandatory in degree as well as in our PG, as well as in our professional course, as well as in our doctorate subjects also. Each and every commerce subject must be follow the rules of accounts. Along with rules of accounts only accountant can find the transaction, then he or she can enter the transaction into journal entry based on conditions of each and every individual account rule. So again I am repeating the concepts of rules of accounts. What is the usage of rules of account, as well as how we can identify the transaction along with particular rule, means which type of rule is suitable to the transaction for entering journal entry in the journal entry procedure. Let us discuss about the rules of accounts. Rules of accounts are classified into three types. First one, personal account, real account, nominal account. Let us discuss about the rule of personal account, how we can identify the personal account in our books of accounts, books of records. Let us discuss. Personal account is relating to names. Name of the person. Once again I am repeating how we can identify the personal account in our financial transaction. Personal account is relating to name of the person. In personal account we have two stages, that is debit and second one is credit. Debit and credit is represented as debit equals to be called DR and credit CR. Debit is the receiver and credit is the giver. We can transfer the receiver into debit side of personal account and we can transfer the giver into credit side of personal account. That is the meaning of personal account. It is always related to name of the person. Name of the person is nothing but Ravi, Rajesh, Srinu. Some of the person names definitely we have in a transaction. Not only a physical person, personal account is also relating to the artificial persons. Artificial person is nothing but we can take as an example X company, Y company, bank. Some of the examples to the artificial persons. Artificial person is also a part of personal account. Now let us discuss the second concept and second rule of account, that is real account. Real account is relating to sales and cash or assets. I am repeating once again. Real account is relating to sales and cash or asset. If the transaction is having sales or cash or else any name of the asset, for example machinery, furniture, motor car, premises, property purchasing, some of the transactions are relating to assets, then asset is relating to the rule of real account. Real account is also having two conditions, debit system and credit system. In debit side we have to write comes in, means what are the transactions are goes out. Some of the expenditure or some of the property will comes us, that we have to enter in debit side, and goes out is in credit side. Goes out is nothing but if you are going to purchase any things to our business, definitely we have to pay some of the amount. So payment is nothing but the cash is outflows from the organization. So that's the reason we have to write what goes out is always in credit side of real account. And come to the third rule, that is nominal account. Nominal account relating to particularly expenses. Expenses is nothing but purchase. Purchase we take it as example. Purchase goods and service, payment salaries, paid rent. These are the examples to the nominal account. And nominal account is also consist of two systems, debit system and credit system. In debit side of nominal account we have to write expenses. In credit side of nominal account we have to write incomes. These are the rules. These three rules are mandatory helps to accountant in every business organization while they are going to enter the transaction into journal entry. Each and every individual entry must be satisfied these three rules. Without identifying these three rules in any journal entry or any transaction, we can't able to write single part of entry in our accounting stage. Journal entry is the second stage of accounting cycle, and the first stage is nothing but having the various financial transactions of the business. Let us discuss about the pro forma, how we have to enter the transactions into journal entry procedure. Definitely pro forma is most important. In our final examination we will get the pro forma 2 marks in our 2 mark section. And second, I am repeating, pro forma about the journal entry we will get 2 marks in our final examination, that will be in 2 mark section. I am explaining about the pro forma, how we have to draft, then how we have to enter the transaction. And the first column is relating to dates. Date is nothing but these are the dates: January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd. These are the dates we have to enter in date column. Particular is nothing but it is an entry column. We have to enter the entry. That is nothing but a particular column is consist of that only. And come to the LF. LF is called LF number, ledger folio. Ledger folio is nothing but after the journal entries we have to convert each and every journal entry into ledger account. That's the reason in journal entry procedure we have to take a line ledger folio, means we have to convert the journal entries into ledger balances. Then next column is debit column and next column is credit column, means we have to enter debit entry into debit amount column of the amount and credit side transaction into credit column of the amount. This is the pro forma about the journal entry. Let us discuss about the first problem. The first problem is consist of 5 marks in our accounting stage. I am reading the problem, and the most important problem, definitely based on these entries we will get almost 3 transactions in our final examination. So I am reading the question problem. Generalize the transaction in the books of Sanjay Ramaswamy in the year of 2019. Again I am repeating, generalize the transactions in the books of Sanjay Ramaswamy on 2019. Means 2019 Sanjay Ramaswamy is having some of the transactions. So those transactions the business want to enter in journal entry procedure. Let us come the first transaction. It starts from January 1st and the transaction is business started with cash. So business started with cash, amount is 10,000. This is the most important in every stage of transaction. January 1st, February 1st, March 1st, whatever may be the month, it will be starts from first day. The transaction will be converting as cash account data to capital account. Why I am representing the first 2 letters as capital letter? Because of the entries must be satisfied the pro forma. Without identifying, without representing as is a pro forma, definitely we will lose 1 mark. So that's the reason I am writing this as the most important. And once again I am repeating, January 1st business started with cash 10,000. Whatever may be the month or whatever may be the year, the day is started from on first day. Definitely the transaction is called as entry of cash account data to capital account only. We don't want to identify the these 3 rules in our first transaction. This is the particular indication about the first day transaction only. Let us come to the pro forma. We have to start journal entries in the books of In the books of means name of the person Sanjay Rama Swami in the month of January 2019, and the particulars are divided into the first column goes to date column. We have to write here date, and second column particulars. Next column LF number means lecture folio number. Next column debit amount and credit amount. And come to the first transaction, that is business started with cash. Entry it as cash account data to capital account. Definitely we have to write the date from the year 2019 January 1st. Entry is starts and give the space to two letters. Cash account data to capital account. Why we can call the account and how we can represent it as? According to accounting terminology, the word account is represent as A/C. It is called as account. Is it clarity, ma'am? Then come to the entering amount. The first day transaction is having 10,000. Cash account data means we have to enter in debit column 10,000. Then give the credit column space. To capital account goes to credit column 10,000. And the next important concept in our journal entry, writing the narration. Definitely we have to write the first word. Being is must. Being business started with cash. If the first day transaction is completed, we have to close the first